Hello, pre-algebra students. Mr. Lawrence here with your flipped lesson, and today we're talking about proportions, and this should be review from last year mostly. I will have to warn you, some of you will have to read carefully, but there's no reading these first two examples. When you see a ratio equal to another ratio, that is a proportion, and the easy way to solve a proportion is to cross multiply. I'm going to multiply 5 times 17. I'm also going to multiply 20 times x. The right-hand side is just 20x. And then the left-hand side, 5 times 17. I'm not a blank. I know it's going to end 5. I'm going to carry the 3. 85. All right, this is a one-step equation. You should remember those from last year. I want to get the x alone. I'm going to divide by 20 on both sides. And so then x is going to equal, let's see here, let me show my work off to the side. X is going to equal 4 and a quarter, 4.25, 4 and 25 hundredths. And there you go. Why don't you try this one on your own? This one's really easy. Here comes my solution. I'm going to get 20 times x. By the way, that's just coincidence. That's 20 in both cases. And 60 times 15. Well, let me see. 2 15s would be 30. So 6 15s would be 90. But it's not 6 15s. It's 60 15s. So it looks like it's 900. I'm going to divide both sides by 20. And when I do that, I'm going to get 90 divided by 2. X is going to equal 45. All right. By the way, did you notice that 60 uh, divided by 3 equals 20? Whatever number I get here divided by 3 has to equal 15. So working right to left, I might actually be able to go, not might, I can actually go 20 times 3, which means I could go 15 times 3 to get that number, and that indeed is 45. All right, now it doesn't work so well on problem number 1, but it can be effective on many problems. Okay, problem number 3. The state of Indiana is mostly a Republican state. Suppose the ratio of registered Democrats to registered Republicans in DeKalb County is 2 to 5, and there are 160,000 registered Democrats. This is where you have to be careful, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to do 2 Democrats for every 5 Republicans, and that's going to equal, I have this other number here, this 160,000. It's a Democrat number, so I'm going to put it in the numerator because the other Democrat is in the numerator. And then my number of Republicans is unknown. I've got a proportion here I'm going to solve, and I'm going to get 2x. Well, let's see, 5 times 16 is 80. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4 more zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4. 800,000. Dividing each side by 2, x is going to equal 400,000 Republicans. Something is going wrong with my pen. There we go. All right, one more example. Okay, if there are 20 dogs for every 14 people, do you see the ratio? 20 dogs for every 14 people. How many dogs should there be for 238 people? Well, 238 is a people number. It's in the denominator because the 14 was. And then how many dogs? X in the numerator. So once more, I will cross multiply. 14x equals 238. Well, let's see, it's going to be 76, right? 7, 0.4760, I believe. Let me go and check my math 1 second. Okay, so now to get x alone, I'll divide by 14. And I'll divide by 14 there. And so x is going to equal 340. And that would be dogs. And there we go. Pretty simple stuff, but you got to read carefully. Look for the fractions so you can set up your proportions. All right, Mr. Lawrence signing off. Good night, everybody.